Welcome to Celebrity Investing, your go-to source for insights, tips, and updates on navigating the exciting landscape of personal and global finance. Please like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive content. Wireless technology moves fast. We're already seeing incredible 5G performance, and serious research for 6G is well underway. This speed means that yesterday's reliable systems quickly become today's liabilities. For telecom carriers and infrastructure investors, keeping up means knowing when to stop pouring money into old tech. That's why we're focusing on infrastructure from the 3G era today. These legacy systems represent outdated technologies you shouldn't finance in this video. Choosing newer standards means immediate benefits. You gain much better speeds, lower operational costs, and future-proofing for your network assets. Steer clear of these specific 3G components to secure the best return on investment and maintain a modern, efficient network. The obvious red flags, core 3G network components to avoid. As telecom carriers plan their future networks, they must immediately stop funding old 3G infrastructure. These components represent technology that is rapidly becoming obsolete, creating unnecessary operational headaches and slowing down your network evolution. Putting scarce capital into these aging systems means missing out on the substantial capacity and cost performance available from modern 4G LTE and 5G networks. We must look at which specific 3G elements are now considered stranded assets. UMTS and WCDMA systems, are they still worth supporting? Universal Mobile Telecommunications System, UMTS, and Wideband Code Division Multiple Access, WCDMA, define the true backbone of 3G technology. WCDMA is the underlying air interface for UMTS, and together they made high-speed mobile data possible for the first time. However, their day is over. Supporting these systems requires dedicated spectrum and operational resources. We see carriers worldwide rapidly retiring 3G services to free up frequency bands that can be reassigned to modern technologies. This process is called refarming. Here is why new investment in UMTS WCDMA is a poor choice. Spectrum inefficiency. These technologies use spectrum far less efficiently than 4G LTE or 5G. You get much less data throughput for the amount of frequency bandwidth you dedicate. Hardware obsolescence. Equipment needed to run UMTS is aging quickly. Finding replacement parts and vendor support becomes harder every year. Global shutdowns. Major carriers in markets like the United States, Europe, and Australia have already completed or announced final dates for 3G shutdowns. This trend confirms the technology's lack of longevity. Limited future compatibility. UMTS does not easily integrate with new cloud-native 5G core architectures, which makes network convergence planning difficult and expensive. Any carrier still supporting vast UMTS systems should focus on migrating subscribers rather than maintaining or expanding the old infrastructure. Relying on HSPA Plus for new rollouts, a speed trap. HSPA Plus, Evolved High-Speed Packet Access, was created as a significant enhancement to 3G. It often earned the marketing term 3.5G or even 4G, specifically when carriers introduced dual-carrier HSPA Plus DC HSPA Plus. This system offered impressive speeds for its time, achieving theoretical peaks that sometimes reached 42 Mbps or more. While HSPA Plus provided a good bridge between slow 3G and true 4G LTE, it is fundamentally a 3G-era technology. Trying to use HSPA Plus for capacity expansion in new market rollouts is simply a bad strategy in this video. The speeds it provides are no longer competitive for modern data demands. Real-world speed gap. Even under ideal conditions, HSPA Plus cannot match the average speeds and massive capacity that 4G LTE advanced and 5G networks deliver. Most modern smartphones barely even register HSPA Plus as H, indicating it is a fallback rather than a primary connection. Latency issues. HSPA Plus still suffers from considerably higher latency delay than 4G or 5G. High latency negatively affects many modern applications like real-time gaming, video conferencing, and industrial Internet of Things (IoT) uses. Maintenance overhead. If you invest in new HSPA Plus gear, you are essentially introducing a dead-end technology stack that requires its own set of operating procedures and hardware expertise. This complexity increases your operational expenditures. Investing in HSPA Plus is like buying a fast bicycle when everyone else is buying a sports car. You simply cannot compete on the highway of modern mobile data traffic. Legacy base stations and site equipment purchases. A base station, often called a Node B in 3G networks, is the critical hardware component on your cell site that handles radio communication. These are the physical assets that transmit and receive the wireless signals. It might seem tempting to buy discounted inventory or gently used base stations, primarily designed for old 3G bands, but this represents a significant financial hazard. Financing any new hardware whose primary function is 3G connectivity carries immense risk. The life cycle of telecom equipment dictates that manufacturer support will end abruptly once the technology is fully sunset. Consider these immediate risks. Spare parts shortage. After this year, finding replacement parts for proprietary 3G-only systems will become increasingly difficult. A single hardware failure could turn your entire site into a useless asset. Lack of software updates. Manufacturers will allocate their research and development budgets to 4G and 5G platforms. You will not receive security patches or crucial performance updates needed to keep the aging 3G gear stable. Systems running outdated software are vulnerable. Site energy inefficiency. Older 3G base stations are notoriously inefficient when it comes to power consumption per bit of data transferred. Newer multi-standard equipment, 4G, 5G, is far greener and significantly cheaper to run. High TCO, total cost of ownership. The low initial purchase price of used 3G equipment is deceptive. High ongoing costs related to maintenance, power, and lack of support quickly make the total cost of ownership unbearable compared to modern platforms. Avoid adding pure 3G assets to your balance sheet. If you must upgrade a site, choose multi-standard radio access network, RAN equipment that can handle 4G and 5G first, but has legacy 3G compatibility built in if absolutely necessary for short-term migration. Even then, your focus should be on the majority technology standards. Outdated systems drain resources and limit progress. Stay tuned for Part 2, where we'll cover smarter, future-ready technologies that deserve your investment. Stay tuned and continue to watch our videos to gain valuable insights into the world of finance. Subscribe, like, and share to continue your journey to financial success.